You may remember this, but while we were on lockdown, Dubai announced, "We are open." If you're thinking, well, how did that work? You're certainly not the only one. So, how was Dubai able to open while the rest of the world was still in lockdown? Let's begin by discussing the "We Are Open" strategy and how it came about. We will take a closer look at the different phases of crisis management by analyzing the use of Instagram as a communication channel. And by the end of this video, you will hopefully understand how Dubai managed the pandemic and whether or not destinations can learn from it. Crisis management in tourism distinguishes between the three phases: prevention and planning phase, response and recovery phase, and the resolution and reflection phase. In terms of prevention and planning, Dubai was not prepared at all. This might be due to the reason that Dubai has never been subject to any form of natural disaster or crisis. Besides the economic implications of the 2008 financial crisis, Dubai had no reason to be worried about a crisis. Further, its increasing independence from oil makes it even less exposed to a trade-related economic crisis. Moreover, from the analysis of 3 different Instagram accounts, from Visit Dubai, Emirates, and the City of Dubai, it became evident that the prevention and planning phase was not communicated in any form. However, as we will see in the next phase, the lack of preparation did not really impact the success of the recovery. So how did Dubai respond to the pandemic? Initially, Dubai responded like most other countries did. After identifying the first COVID cases late January 2020, it quickly went into a lockdown end of March. I reached out to an old colleague of mine to better understand how Dubai responded to the crisis.
The thing is that the government plays a crucial role here. Yeah, how government plus people, it's basically together. But in Dubai, it's basically the government. People don't have anything to say. So the government, they did a really good job of this by putting hefty fines.
Okay. This is Mohammed Akbar. He lives in Dubai for almost 20 years and has work experience in finance and real estate. He points something out that is very distinct to Dubai. The government is basically the destination management organization, which makes it easier for them to take control of information and physical infrastructure at a moment of crisis. Measures like wearing a mask and regular testing sound familiar, but there's one crucial difference, he says.
So you know how things work in Dubai. Yeah? You have to have a visa and you have to abide by the rules and regulations. If you don't, they might deport you. So they use this thing as a leverage to force people to do certain things. In Europe and in other parts of the world, there is democracy. People, government say, okay, wear mask. They will not wear mask. They can protest, right?
Yeah.
In Dubai, it doesn't work that way. So this become a positive thing to contain the virus, actually.
Yes, this is Akbar basically explaining the benefits of a non-democratic system in responding to a crisis situation. Aside from whether or not you agree, there's certainly something that other countries can learn from this. The strict enforcement of rules and regulations, as well as the clear communication through one major channel, reduces the duration of a crisis significantly. Here's Akbar again, explaining the benefit of a strict lockdown and harsh measures.
People took ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when we
that helped the economy recover faster than other parts of the world.
So you're saying that because the government had some leverage over how people follow the rules, they managed to shorten the period and contain the virus faster, then to be able to reopen economy, including all branches of economy, to recover from the financial or the economical crisis.
Now economy is pretty much open. Real estate market is booming. Dubai is open now, so that we took the short term hit. Yeah, the short run we took the hit, but in the longer run we are open now. Now people can come in. They will once they come in, they will have the COVID test, and they will based on the COVID test, if they are infected, they will be taken to healthcare facility. Yeah, so it's controlled. It's more controlled. We are open with controls.
This allowed Dubai to reopen for tourism much earlier than other countries in the world. And this is also the moment Dubai announced, "We are open." The reopening campaign following this statement was accompanied by stories explaining different measures and rules to help tourists find their way through Dubai. However, in the period before the reopening campaign went public, the three mentioned Instagram accounts did not share any related status updates from Dubai. Instead, they presented themselves with updates that carried the message business as usual. Posts ranged from buildings, sites, activities, and experiences from former tourists. Therefore, one can see that Dubai used Instagram as a form of communication with tourists only in the recovery phase, but not in the first or last phase. I asked Akbar what he would do differently and what Dubai can learn from the pandemic and its management.
Why it's they wanted people to come here without having any fear of virus and everything. So they made it sure that this happens. Yeah, if you see other part like other GCC countries, I will not name them. They didn't do such things which Dubai did, and now it became a point of attraction. People from Europe, they came to Dubai because of that they are open with controls in place, and it's safe. Security wise, it was already safe, and health wise, it was also safer. So, but they did so. So then once Dubai opened, tourists, they kept coming.
Even without planning and preparation, Dubai managed to contain the virus by enforcing strict rules and measures. After they gained complete control over the situation, they started communicating to tourists in an organized manner by using social media as communication channel. It becomes clear that during the crisis, Dubai communicated internally via a governmental app and via popular news media, but did not communicate anything to tourists, besides posts that did not address the crisis at all. Currently, Dubai seems to be in the recovery phase. As a consequence, the third phase, resolution and reflection, hasn't even started. There's only one thing that Dubai could do differently in the future, and it refers to the exclusivity of being the first one while the rest of the world is still in lockdown. Bragging about being able to travel again stands in contrast to many others that were unable during that time. This aspect of social media communication and its negative consequences should be carefully evaluated in the third phase of crisis management. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, you can leave a comment below this video.